Hi everyone, it's Miss Begum. Hope you're all doing well. This is my last online learning video. So before we start, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to meeting my bubble group on Tuesday. So the days that we're not in school, please make sure you carry on with your online learning. So Monday, you're not expected to be in school. So you will be carrying on with Monday's lessons at home, and on Friday you'll be at home, so you will be carrying on with your online learning then. Those of you who are in from my class, please don't think this is the end. Just because Miss Bacon's gone back to school doesn't mean that the learning's not going to take place, because Miss Bartley and Mrs. Joshi will be working really hard creating all those amazing videos, learning videos for you daily, so you need to work through them. Once you finish all your work, please make sure you email the work through to the Year 6 Grange email address, and there is always somebody who will be looking through your work, responding to your emails, etc. Please continue with your online learning, be safe, and I'm so excited to see my bubble group on Tuesday, so look after yourself. If I don't see you, continue, send messages if you need to. We'll be around, so yeah. Okay, so we're going to start our lesson now, which is going to be on inspirational people, and you will know this person who we're going to be writing about very well, some of you. What I'd like you to do is, first of all, get yourself all ready for the lesson. So you need something to write with, something to record your writing, okay? And let's get started. Six, religious education, inspirational people, Mahatma Gandhi. Today is Friday, 5th June 2020. Our learning intention is to understand the life of Gandhi and the situation that led him to a more spiritual life encouraging civil rights. Pause the video and write the date and the learning intention now. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to know what civil rights are, know 5 new facts about Gandhi's life, and also begin to evaluate the impact of situations in Gandhi's life. I hope you're ready. Let's get started. Before we do that, in our previous RE lesson, we were learning about Martin Luther King. So as a starter, I would like you to write down who was Martin Luther King and why do you think he is an important figure in history. Pause the video and write your answer down. Mahatma Gandhi, 1869 to 1948. Family life. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born on 2nd October 1869. He was born in Porbandar in Gujarat, northwest India. His father was the chief minister of Porbandar and his mother was highly religious. She worshipped the god Vishnu, but also believed Jain teachings of mutual tolerance and not causing injury to living things. Gandhi was born into a privileged caste and therefore received a good education. Married life. At the age of 13, Gandhi had an arranged marriage to a girl who was also 13 called Kasturbai Makhanji. His first son of 4 was born in 1888 when Gandhi was 18 years old and a student at Samaldas College. Now at that time, it was quite natural to be married young. Studying. Gandhi was not very happy at college, so when he was offered the chance to study law in London, he took it. He worked hard and began to study all religions. Until this time, he had never really been interested in religion. When he returned to India, he found it hard to find work, so eventually took a job in South Africa for a year. South Africa.
Apartheid was in force in South Africa. Gandhi was horrified at the way people who are not white were treated. On one occasion, Gandhi was removed from a train purely because he was not white. Another time, he was asked to remove his turban by a European magistrate. He refused and left the courtroom. Apartheid is an Afrikaans word that means status of being apart. In real life term, it meant that white people were treated a lot better than black or Asian people. There were even shops that non-whites weren't allowed to go into. Gandhi and politics. Gandhi started a political movement called the Natal Indian Congress. He believed in non-violent political protest. He returned to India in 1916 and was horrified to find how oppressed the Indian people of Bihar were by the white British masters. He began to encourage people to stand up for themselves and their rights in peaceful protest and strikes. The people were grateful that somebody was interested in their situation, and he became known as Mahatma, meaning great soul. A famous leader. Gandhi's fame began to spread. Indian people saw him as their voice for freedom and fairness. He started a boycott of buying British goods. This meant that he encouraged people not to buy things made in Britain. This led to his first arrest. And on 2nd March 1922, he was put into prison for 2 years. Gandhi went on many hunger strikes to bring attention to the unfair treatment of Indian people at the hands of the British. The Salt March. When he was released, he began a campaign to end the British rule over Indian people. In 1930, the British introduced a tax on salt. This hit the poorest people the most. In protest, Gandhi marched 250 miles to the sea to get his own salt. Thousands of people joined him on his march, and 60,000 people were arrested, including Gandhi. People power. The British began to realize that Gandhi had many followers and a lot of influence on those people. As a result, they had to ease poverty, grant status and recognition to the people classed as the untouchables, give women more rights, eventually allow India to have political independence from Britain. Civil unrest. When the Second World War broke out, Indian men were fighting for the British. Gandhi did not see why they should when they were being treated so unfairly at home. He was arrested for encouraging people to rise up against Indian men fighting for the British, and spent 2 years in prison at the Aga Khan Palace in Pune. Sadly, his wife was also held there, but she died in prison not long before Gandhi was released. Assassination attempts. Because Gandhi was so well known, not everyone agreed with his beliefs. There were 6 times when somebody tried to assassinate, which means kill him. One man in particular, called Nathuram Godse, was a Hindu who didn't believe the same things as Gandhi, so he tried a number of times to kill him. India is split. The Congress Party decided that it would be better if they split India into 2 halves, one being Hindu India and the other Muslim Pakistan. Gandhi was unhappy about this and worried that the 2 sides would start a war. He worked tirelessly for peace. Gandhi believed that Pakistan should receive payment from the government for its lost territories. Other people did not agree and thought Pakistan would use the money to buy weapons and start a war. Some men tried a 5th time to kill Gandhi. Death of a good man. On 30th January 1948, Gandhi was on his way to a prayer meeting at Birla House in Delhi. He was shot 3 times in the chest. Allegedly, his dying words were, "Hai Ram," which means, "Oh God." Gandhi's body was cremated and the ashes were kept in the Aga Khan Palace in Pune. where he was once kept prisoner. Gandhi had been nominated 5 times for the Nobel Peace Prize, but he had never been awarded it. In the year of his death, the prize was not awarded to anyone. The reason given was there was no suitable living candidate. His birthday is now a national holiday in India. Gandhi's quote, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." Facts about Gandhi. He was educated in England, an Indian man who was originally a lawyer. He took part in non-violent civil disobedience as a lawyer in South Africa, in the resident Indian communities struggling for civil rights. After his return to India in 1915, he set about organizing peasants, farmers and urban laborers to protest against excessive land tax and discrimination. Right, what I'd like you to do is answer the following questions. You can pause the video to answer the following questions. Remember to write your answers in full sentences. Question number 1. What area of India was Gandhi born? Number 2. Describe which 2 events made Gandhi realize that he was being treated differently in South Africa. Number 3. What do you think it was like for a non-white people living in South Africa? Question number 4. What sort of protest did Gandhi believe in? Question number 5. Why did the people call Gandhi Mahatma? Question number 6. What were the British masters afraid of? Explain your reasons. Number 7. What changed as a result of Gandhi's protests? And number 8. Who killed Gandhi? Right, once you've answered those questions, what I'd like you to do is copy and complete the 2 words below, the definition of civil rights and the definition of non-violent protest. So civil rights means the rights of citizens to political and social freedom and equality. And non-violent protest is rejecting violence in favor of peaceful tactics to protest. So I'd like you to copy and complete those keywords in your book. So pause the video now and copy it down. Demonstrate understanding task. To show you understand what Gandhi was working towards, I would like you to write a speech to the people of India as if you are Gandhi. Things to include in your speech. 1. What are you trying to achieve? And 2. Why are you trying to achieve it? Pause the video and write your speech down now. Right, I'm going to reveal the answers to the questions from the first section. Here are the answers. Pause the video and mark your work. So the first question was, what area of India was Gandhi born? Gandhi was born in the Gujarat area of northwest India. Describe which 2 events made Gandhi realize that he was being treated differently in South Africa. The answer is once Gandhi was removed from a train because he was not white. Another time was when he was asked to take off his turban in court, which he refused and left the courtroom. Third question was, what do you think it was like for non-white people living in South Africa? Well, any of these answers would be acceptable. I think it would have been very hard for non-white people living in South Africa because they were not allowed to go in some shops. This was because they were not white and they were kept apart from the white people. Number 4 is, what sort of protest did Gandhi believe in? Gandhi believed in non-violent political protest. Number 5 is, why did the people call Gandhi Mahatma? Well, any answers like the people called him Gandhi Mahatma because he encouraged people to stand up for themselves and their rights, and they were grateful that he was trying to help them. They saw him as a voice for freedom and fairness. Number 6 is, what were the British masters afraid of? Explain your reasons. So any answers like the British masters were afraid that their could be a war because Gandhi was becoming famous and there were so many people who agreed with him. And number 7 was what changed as a result of Gandhi's protest? Well, the British masters made some changes, improving the lives of some of the poorer people. And the last question was who killed Gandhi? Nathuram Godse killed Gandhi.
So we have come to the end of our RE lesson. I hope that you are able to write your speech. I'm looking forward to reading your speech as if you are Mahatma Gandhi. Please email them to the Year 6 Grange email address, and looking forward to reading some of your work. Take care. Bye.